From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your Evening Update.
Kent's Meats and Grocery is much more than a grocery store. We carry a full line of quality meats, local and organic vegetables, and a large variety of fish, Green Mountain Smart Control pellet grills, and a full deli case of sandwiches and side dishes.
Well, it's nice to finally talk about cooler weather. It's still hot, right? We're still looking at temperatures about 100 degrees in the valley, give or take, and in the upper 80s, low 90s for the higher elevations, and of course, cool along the coast. It's always cooler there. But you get the idea. We're not dealing with 110 plus that we've seen for parts of the valley. We're not dealing with record-breaking temperatures, at least for now. But the highs will be dropping, or right around or just below normal for this time of the year, with no big heat waves in the forecast. I mean, even looking down the pike here, say over the next week or so, I mean, yeah, there might be a slight increase, but nothing major. In fact, you see that on the 10-day trend. So the normal high is still about 100 to 101 degrees, at least for Redding. Now, we're actually going to see a bit of a dip, especially by the end of the week, upper 90s for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, even Sunday. But then you see how we see a little bit of an uptick here by the time we go into next week. But I mean, 103, 104, I mean, that's bearable. We're still kind of used to those kinds of temperatures this time of the year. So again, nothing major. Now look at the fire potential. The oranges that we saw for Monday, of course for today, that has disappeared for Tuesday because conditions are expected to improve slightly. In fact, to a point where this was brown for today, now it's yellow for your Tuesday, and that's basically for western Siskiyou County, northern Trinity County, and of course out towards to the north of that as well. That's the low risk, but we still have that moderate risk for all of these areas in brown here for your Tuesday. Now again, it's the winds are going to be a little strong in some areas here. Here you can see Monday today at 6 p.m. Now we'll go into your Tuesday morning and Tuesday afternoon. So Tuesday afternoon, the winds are picking up. These are the forecast gusts, by the way, forecast wind gusts. So we could be kind of that borderline where you start to see that red flag warning or fire weather watch advisory or fire weather advisory. So we have to kind of watch that here as we see some of those stronger winds off to the east. This is typical, by the way, for this time of the year for us to see those stronger winds in the southern Cascades and in the northern Sierra. Winds a little gusty too, looks like, especially for the north end of the valley as well, so something worth watching. Then we go into your Wednesday, and same situation here. The winds may pick up a little bit, but right around or just below that advisory criteria, and that's the case for the valley as well. Now we'll take a look at the relative humidity, very low out there today, but we get some recovery overnight, early tomorrow morning. And then for your Tuesday, yeah, it's low, but not as low as what we're seeing here for today. And then as we go into Wednesday, you'll notice it's actually getting a little bit higher. We're kind of in that teens and even some low 20s in there for relative humidity. So as I mentioned, it looks like conditions are improving a bit here when it comes to that fire danger. Now the smoke, what we're seeing here, less haze here for today, but we're going to see more of that smoke kind of work its way south from the fire down into Siskiyou County, and not to mention into the north end of the valley as well. And then that's Tuesday morning, by the way. That's tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon, still a little bit of haze out there in select spots. So there are going to be some areas that you're going to see that haze off in the distance, whereas other areas you'll kind of see that haze overhead. But as of right now, it doesn't look like we're going to really smell a lot of smoke out there, and the air quality shouldn't be too poorly impacted. Tonight, dropping down to the upper 60s for the valley, with temperatures upper 90s to about 100 degrees for some of the warmer spots in the valley. For the mountains, for Siskiyou and Modoc County for Tuesday, low 90s. For the eastern mountains, upper 80s to low 90s for your daytime highs. So let's take a look at the temperature outlook for the next 6 to 10 days. Look at that. Near normal. We'll certainly take it. But then, yeah, if we extend it out over the next 2 weeks, there's a potential of seeing some above normal temperatures, but barely. I mean, it's not going to be, as I mentioned, a major heat wave. So you can see what's happening is the monsoon moisture that was over us yesterday, you saw those clouds that moved in, it was a little bit humid as well. That has shifted to the south and east. Now we have a storm system that's producing some rain over the Pacific Northwest, unfortunately not us, but it's not really bringing us much in the way of cloud cover. We have this little slot of dry air that's over us, giving us the sunny skies. And in fact, we still have that monsoon moisture extending all the way through this week and through this upcoming weekend, that monsoon moisture is going to stay to our south and east. And any storms that ride to our north, the clouds associated with those storms will pretty much stay to our north as well. So as a result, we're mainly looking at sunny skies here. No thunderstorms in the forecast, even for the higher elevations anytime soon. I'm not even seeing it down the line here. So that's great news. The rain will be nice. Absolutely. We can't deny that. but we also don't want the lightning strikes. So I think most people would prefer the dry conditions as opposed to the potential for lightning strikes. All right, so here's what we have here for tonight. Temperatures upper 60s for the valley, low to mid 50s here for the higher elevations. We take you to tomorrow. I think it's going to be a little bit warmer. So I think we could quite possibly touch 100 degrees for Redding, maybe Red Bluff, and most likely upper 90s as you head south, around 98 degrees for Chico, 97 degrees for Oroville, and in the 80s and low 90s here for the higher elevations. So looking at your 7-day forecast, we're going to be looking at those temperatures, upper 80s, low 90s, pretty much anywhere you go. I mean, you see how the temperature is kind of going up and down and up and down. Just a little mini roller coaster ride, if you will, a kiddie roller coaster ride. But there you can see that's going to be the case for El Tourist, and not to mention Susanville as well. And really, even for the valley, we're not seeing very big spikes or very big dips in the forecast. Generally in the upper 90s to about 100 degrees for Redding. And that's the same thing for Red Bluff. And for Chico, I mean, look at this. I mean, you don't even have any triple digits in your 7-day forecast. You're looking at mid to upper 90s for your daytime highs over the next 7 days.